Well, you know the voice, and if you've listened to talk radio for a long time, you know the voice very well. I want to see the face. CBC's Rob Pizzo, we got on the other. How you doing, Rob?
Man, it has been a long time since you and I spoke together on the air, hasn't it?
You know, it's funny. It's been over a decade, yet this feels so familiar, although we look older and you look like you are in a technical closet.
Yeah, well, first of all, you are the MC at my wedding. So you have introduced me
Yes,
before to
I've
come up
done
to a
this
mic.
before.
So I will say that. Yeah, it's a closet, but this is where I'm going to be for the next 3 weeks or so. And as you can see, there's a lot of monitors and everything behind me. And I'm going to be hosting the overnight show. It goes from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. Eastern time, which is, 3 to 7 o'clock Beijing time in the evening. So we've got a lot of live events going on. And it's kind of my job to navigate people from different live events. And, I know you're a big football fan. If you watch a Red Zone channel, it's kind of like that. We're going from one to the other, letting you know what's going on. We've been rehearsing all week, and there's times where we literally have 4 things on the screen going on at once. And I'm kind of the conductor bringing everybody around.
That sounds great. You were perfect for that. Well, I'll let you talk about all the other sports overnight then. This is Pizzo on Pucks, okay? We're just talking about hockey.
I love that you brought that back, by the way.
Absolutely. I did it. I also did it earlier in the show. I don't know if you're watching, but yeah, it's there, burning the memory.
Yeah.
Now, look, this is not the team that we expected when I was last in this building during Tokyo. There was a lot of excitement around NHLers being there.
Yeah.
That's not the case now. So, what was that like for you just to kind of cover that journey? Now we finally got hockey, and at least we know who the guys are on the team.
Yeah, it really was back and forth. Let's be honest with you. Even when the NHL announced, hey, we're going to be heading to Beijing, even me, I was thinking, are you though? Because that day, you remember, they had that highly publicized out clause. If something was going wrong with COVID, they had the ability to pull out before a certain date. So I always had it in the back of my mind, even when I was picking the team, even when I was trying to say who should Sidney Crosby play with and who should Connor McDavid play with, I always kind of had it in the back of my mind that there was a possibility we were going to see this. Dunlop, let's be honest. Every hockey fan wants to see best on best. That's no secret. Would you love to see Connor McDavid and Sidney Crosby and Nathan MacKinnon on one team? Of course you would. But we're not going to have it. So, I had experience 4 years ago in Pyeongchang with non-NHLers. And trust me, if you're a hockey fan, hockey is hockey. It's not the best on best, but there are plenty of storylines. You look at Team Canada this year, I think a nice healthy mix of veteran leadership, someone like Eric Staal, triple gold member, and, looking to actually win a medal at the Olympics, one with NHLers, one without NHLers, which I thought was really interesting. And then you've got the youngsters. To me, Owen Power, a lot of expectations come with being the number 1 overall pick. But think about this. He will have played in the World Juniors, the World Championships, and the Olympics before ever playing a game in the NHL. I can't wait to see this guy on a big stage.
I can't wait either. Well, a lot of experience you mentioned with Staal and others on this roster. We thought there'd be a lot of experience behind the bench, but a freak injury to Claude Julien, falling on the ice and breaking his ribs, he didn't get to make the trip.
Could these Olympics get any weirder?
Wow.
I mean, I've experienced a lot of different and weird injuries in covering sports, Dunlop, but not only he can't make the trip, he injured himself during a team building exercise. And we're not talking about any old coach. We're talking about a coach with over 1,200 games experience. We're talking about a coach with a Stanley Cup. We're talking about a coach who was a member of the Team Canada staff in 2014 that won the gold medal. So experience out the window. No disrespect to Jeremy Colleton, but he just doesn't have that experience.
No.
But when the news came out, I asked Jeremy Colleton, are you expecting to hear from Claude Julien a lot during these games, whether it's text, emails, phone calls, smoke signals, whatever, because he doesn't strike me as somebody who just sits on the sidelines now that he's no longer the quote-unquote head coach. He said, absolutely, he put this game plan into place. He's the one who put us on this path. He's very much going to be in contact with him.
And hey, unlike years past, this team doesn't have experience between the pipes either.
I've been trying to pick Team Canada for about a year now. And when the NHL announced they weren't going, I said, okay, Devin Dubnyk, he's going to be their goaltender.
Yes.
I remember even editing things together saying Devin Dubnyk's going to be the man. He's got the experience. I was surprised to see Devin Dubnyk not on this team. Devin Dubnyk was surprised to not see Devin Dubnyk on this team. You're right. They don't have a lot of experience between the pipes. But I look at someone like Devin Levi, and all you got to do is look at his NCAA stats. And I get it. It's the NCAA. It's not pro hockey. And I'm not a huge analytic guy that just relies on statistics. But anytime your goals against average is around $150, anytime your save percentage is in the high 900s, you're a good goaltender. And this might be one of those opportunities where they just wanted to give the youngsters a chance to shine. And you know this, Dunlop, anytime you're in a short tournament, if a goalie gets hot, a team could suddenly become unstoppable.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the Germans were almost unstoppable, and a real surprise 4 years ago in Pyeongchang. As you mentioned, you were there. And we have a clip from a very candid moment that you shared with David Wolf.
You can't describe right now like dream come true. Think about it as a kid, you dream of it. But obviously we play for a country which is not the best hockey country, and man, we made it. Made it. We have a medal, and we made history in our country.
Just so like in the moment, he was so open and candid. We're so used to hockey players being stuffy and giving us canned answers. No, you got all of it there, and he forgot the camera was on, I think.
Well, here's the thing, Dunlop, and you've been a reporter just like me. There are certain things that when you're conducting an interview, you see happening, and you just know it's going to be a memorable interview. And usually number one on that list is tears. So I was interviewing David Wolf, and they had just beaten Canada in the semifinal. And I see the eyes welling up. I see tears. And, I'm not going to lie. I'm thinking as a reporter, all right, we've got a magic clip here. He's overwhelmed with emotion. This is fantastic. Number two on that list is usually some sort of curse word.
Profanity.
I got both in one interview. A crying player dropping an F-bomb after defeating the Canadians in the Olympics. Again, I'm not saying NHLers wouldn't have this sort of emotion, but I just don't see Leon Draisaitl necessarily doing that for Germany if they were to do that. So that's where a lot of the stories with non-NHLers end up coming out in the games, and memories like that'll be one of the most memorable interviews I've ever done.
Yeah, for sure. Well, who would have thought that as a reporter you got your gold medal moment as Canada missed out on a chance to play for gold in Pyeongchang. Quick prediction then, the Russians took gold, or the team representing Russia, the Rock Nation as I like to call them. Are they going to repeat as gold medal winners in Beijing?
Just a small handful of guys coming back. And remember, that team in Pyeongchang, they had a lot of players that were going on to go to the NHL. Kirill the Thrill Kaprizov was on that team. Igor Shesterkin was on that team. So if they can, continue to breed that talent, they definitely have a chance. Dunlop, you and I have both wagered on sports before. All you got to do is look at the betting odds. They are the favorites, which means they definitely are in contention to win a gold medal. But man, these tournaments are tough to predict.
If you thought that was great, wait till we're all sleep deprived on day 8. Follow the extra hour on CBC Sports. Follow it. Follow, where is it? Is it there?